So tonight's notes are trigonometric ratios. We talked about them in class, so I'm just going to go over them real quickly. The sine of theta is the opposite over the hypotenuse. These were the fractions we got from our activity. The cosine of theta is the adjacent over the hypotenuse, and the tangent of theta is the opposite over the adjacent. And notice the right angle is never the angle we're referring to. It's one of the other two. Okay? Please note the adjacent is the one that's touching the angle and the right angle, and the opposite is the one touching the right angle and the hypotenuse. So, just to try to keep them square. And we're going to do a little bit of practice real quick, so make sure this goes into your notes. So you're going to rule the sides of each of the triangles below as adjacent, meaning the leg adjacent to the angle marked with an X, and opposite, meaning the opposite leg, and the hypotenuse. You may want to abbreviate using opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. That's very common in how we do mathematics. So here's my angle. So I want to know what all of the pieces are. So if this is my angle, and this is my right angle, this is my hypotenuse. So that's easily identified. Then the angle, the side opposite my angle is this one. So that's my opposite, and the one next to my angle is my adjacent. Okay? So looking here, the side opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse. Then here's the angle right here, the side opposite this angle is the opposite side, and the one touching the angle and the right angle is the adjacent side. Okay, you do this one. You should have gotten hypotenuse, adjacent, and opposite. Now give this one a try. You should have gotten hypotenuse, opposite, and adjacent. If you need some more practice with that one, let me know, because you have to be able to identify which pieces, which legs you're talking about with regards to the angle, or you're going to struggle with this section. Okay, so we're going to find the missing sides, and we're going to leave our answers in radicals in simplest form. If you're struggling with that practice, we can do some more. Again, just let me know. So, I'm going to use this ratio here to find my missing values. So this is my side, my angle. This is my opposite side right here. It's a cosine right here. So this is my opposite. And this is the hypotenuse because it's adjacent or opposite the right angle. So this is going to be x over 16 is my opposite over adjacent. And that's going to be equal to, remember opposite over hypotenuse. That's going to be my sine. That's this function, is the sine of 49 degrees. So then I'm going to take the sine of 49 degrees by plugging it into my calculator. Actually, I'm going to multiply by 16 first and get rid of it. So I'm going to have x equals 16 times the sine of 49. And so then I'm going to just plug that into my calculator. I'm going to go 49 sine times 16. And I'm going to write it as, these are going to be decimals. So I'm going to write them as decimals to 3 places. So this is going to be 12.075. So x is equal to 12.075. So here we go again. This is my hypotenuse. So, and this right here is my adjacent because it's next to my angle. So I'm going to have hypotenuse and adjacent is my cosine. So the cosine of 35 degrees is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Then I'm going to find the cosine of 3.5 to 3 decimal places. So cosine of 35 to 3 decimal places. So 0.819, 0.819, which equals 12 over x, and then I'm going to multiply by x. that's going to give me 0.819 x equals 12. And then I'm going to divide that by 0.819. And I'm going to get that x equals 14.652. 14.652. Okay. So again, looking at my pieces here, I have my hypotenuse in blue. This is the opposite side. So this is going to be opposite over hypotenuse, which is my sine function. So this is going to be the sine of the sine of 75 degrees is equal to the opposite, 17 over the hypotenuse. So I'm going to get x times the sine of 75 is equal to 17, right? Because I cleared my fraction. If that's a struggle for you, write this over 1, cross multiply. I'm going to have x times the sine of 75 equals 17. Then I'm going to divide both sides by the sine of 75. That's going to give me that x equals, and I'm just going to plug it into my calculator. So 17 divided by 75 sine equals 17.6 when I round to the third decimal place. So 17.6. Alright, here we go again. On this one we're going to do my hypotenuse is right here, right opposite the right angle. Then this side is opposite. So again, I'm doing my sine function. So the sine of 65 is equal to 14 over x. And then I'm going to cross multiply. It's going to give me x equals x sine 65 equals 14. And then I'm going to divide by the sine of 65. And that's going to give me that x equals 14 over the sine of 65. This is hard to read. There we go. So when I do that, I'm going to have 14, and I'm going to divide by 65 sine, which is going to give me 15.447. Okay, now I would like you to try. You try those. Pause the video and come back. Did you get these answers? Okay, if not, you probably need to talk to me to make sure you've got the right side labeled and you're using the right function. Okay, so here's the word problems that would be related to this. So I have a boat. I want to know how far it is from the shore. So I'm going to use the trigonometric function associated with it. This is my hypotenuse because this is my right angle. And this is my opposite. So I'm going to have that the sine of 39 is equal to d over 30. Then I'm going to set up my proportion if that's the easy way for you to remember it. Really, you're just multiplying by 30. So 30 times the sine of 39 degrees is equal to d. So d equals 30 times 39 degrees sine, 18 feet and 18.88 meters. Alright? So, on this one right here, I have, again, I've got my opposite, But this time, instead of having my hypotenuse, I have my adjacent. So this is a tangent. So the tangent of 35 is going to equal the opposite over the adjacent. Then I'm going to cross multiply or multiply by 47. Either way, it's going to clear that 47 off. So I'm going to have 47 times the tangent of 35 equals x. And then I just put that in the calculator. 47 times 35 tangent equals 32.90. Well, 910 when I round up. So, and that's going to be in feet and probably feet. But there's no units marked, so I don't have to write any down. If you have any questions, let me know.